Okay, time to relax a bit after the work week. I've got some chamomile tea and I've got this device here which needs some attention. This is an Arachnid Labs Reload Pro. It's an active load. The screen fell in, so I need to fix that. This was aimed at hobbyists. It was an active load for a reasonable cost. With the cooling kit installed, which was optional, it is good for 50 watts. I think up to 60 volts. Oh, yeah, it says that on here. And it's no longer available because Arachnid Labs isn't around anymore, but let's see if we can get this screen fixed and get it recalibrated. I haven't used it in a few years and I got an idea for it. Well, here we are a couple days later. I couldn't get this open when I tried because the knob here has the tiniest little hex screw in there that the smallest size I had was on this set here, 1.5. That was too large. I had to order this little baby hex key set. How small those are. And I needed the 0.9 to get that off. So I got the knob off. So now you can see it looks like this little display was just kind of glued onto this metal here. So yeah, there's not really anything holding it very secure. I can see why it fell off. I think I'm just going to try to hot glue it in place and just be real gentle with it in the future. So I'm going to do that and get it back together. Well, it isn't pretty, but that'll hold it in place as long as I'm careful with it. Alright, I'm going to get it reassembled and turn it on. Okay, it's reassembled. Let's try to calibrate it. This will be my third attempt at the calibration. I keep running into little issues. Let's see if we can get it this time. So, going by the manual, which is still on the GitHub for the Reload Pro, the website's gone, but the GitHub's still there. You gotta click the knob, and I feel like the click on the knob's a little wonky. And calibrate. Calibrate. See, I'm clicking it, nothing's happening. There it goes. See, and it just skipped past the first adjust voltage. This is what I'm talking about. So it's like it needs a good debounce or something in there. Let's try again. Calibrate. Remove leads. Leads are off. It skipped adjust voltage again. My word. If this works, I'm going to leave all this in there just to show how difficult this is. Calibrate, remove leads, adjust voltage. There we go. So now we're going to reattach the leads. Okay. And I'm going to use the second meter here to check the voltage. 9.99. I'm going to adjust. 9.993, close enough. There we go, adjust current. So the actual current, so I kept skipping past this before. It's trying to draw about 2 amps. It's drawing 1.9495 according to the 87. So I'm going to adjust this down. Whoops, too far. 947.4. That's close enough. Press that again. Adjust voltage. So I guess I need to check voltage again. Now this wasn't mentioned in the manual. I'm guessing something changed at some point in the firmware and the manual doesn't reflect that. I'm getting 9.78. So I'll go ahead and adjust that up. That's good. Okay, now the calibration is going to run. So this was the first time running through this that it actually let me get to the first voltage, then the current, then the second voltage adjustments. It kept skipping over them. It's like they need a debounce, a better debounce on that switch in there, but alright, third time was a charm. So I'm going to let this run. Okay, and the calibration is almost done. It takes, maybe about 2 minutes or so to run. And it just keeps trying to draw. It looks like about 2 amps over and over again as it's checking itself. Okay, it looks like it's done. So we can go ahead and test how it's doing. So I'm going to change the voltage now. I'm going to just put it on something that's more familiar. I'm going to bump this up to 12 volts. There we go. 12 volts. And let's go ahead and start drawing some current. So we'll start at 100 milliamp. That's good. Let's go to half amp. That looks really good. I don't know what the expected level of accuracy is with this, but it's, this was made for hobbyists at a low cost, relatively low cost, so I'm not expecting it, lab grade precision, nor do I have the equipment to achieve that anyways. 1 amp. That is excellent. Now let's go ahead and put this thing to the test. So 12 volts at 2 amps will be at 24 watts, which is about what this is rated to do without the cooling kit, but I do have the cooling kit installed. Actually, you're going to hear those fans start kicking on. It's measuring 11.8 volts now. Yeah, that's right, 11.8. It's doing really well now that it's been calibrated. It was a hassle getting it to calibrate, but it seems to be plenty accurate enough for what I want to do. Take it up to 3 amps. Excellent. Now the fan's kicking on the power supply, no surprise there. Power supply itself is good for 5 amps, so we're putting it to the test. It hasn't been used in a while either. Let's go ahead and take this up to 4 amps. That's going to be 48 watts at 12 volts, and that is about what this load is rated for. It's rated to do 50 watts with the cooling kit, so there we are, 4 amps. Now showing 11.5 volts. I'm going to go ahead and increase the voltage on the supply to get back to 12. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to let it run a little bit. Maybe I'll move things around so you can see it better. Alright, there it is, still running at 4 amps. I've had it going for 2 or 3 minutes now. It just runs off USB power, doesn't need very much at all. And then back here there's the cooling kit doing its job. I think I showed that before, but fans are running full speed. Let it run a few more minutes and see how it does. It's showing 4 amps and the meter's showing about 3.98. So a little less accurate as we're going up, but that's close enough. Well, it's been running for several minutes now. It is still going, so I think it's doing its job. It's pretty close to 50 watts, and it's not hitting a thermal shutoff or anything. I'm going to check the temperatures coming off it here. About 120. Kind of run this around. 125. So, doing a good job keeping itself cool. Anyways, that's it. I wanted to show this. I think these are very nice. It's a shame they're not made anymore. It is, doesn't like being picked up apparently. There we go. It is open source, so somebody else could build them. I'm sure that's quite a process to put that all together, which is why they're not being made anymore by the original designer, but glad I have this one, and glad to have it calibrated and working again. So anyways, if you have anything you'd like to share, any questions, please leave me a comment. And as always, I thank you for watching. God bless. See you for another video.